Good morning. So my name is Patrick Wajero, and I work for KCB Foundation. I'll just take you through some of the programs we run at KCB Foundation and the journey, and then after that, I'll invite some of the entrepreneurs that we've worked with, so they will also share their stories with you to inspire some of us. So our journey started in 2007 when we were established, basically to implement the KCB Group's social investment, corporate and social investment programs. And after that, we started with our inaugural program, that is a high school scholarship, where we sponsor students from needy background to join high school. And then in 2014, we launched another program called Mifugo ni Mali. So Mifugo ni Mali is basically a livestock. It aims at increasing livestock productivity. So it's about commercialization of livestock. And we work with ASAL groups or ASAL counties in Kenya. And then in 2016, we launched our flagship program, which is called Tujiajiri. I'm sure we're all aware of Tujiajiri program, right? So that is our flagship program, which aims at skills and wealth creation, and we target the youth. And then in 2018, we scaled Tujiajiri in some of the markets that we work in. That is Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda. And then 2018, we partnered with MasterCard Foundation, also to scale Tujiajiri program. And then we launched our scholarship program in 2021. So basically, it's not just about high school scholarship. So we extended that to university. And we're also doing what is called apprenticeship. So before the youth or guys coming out of high school, before they join the university, they're given an opportunity to work in our bank, in our branches, just to be introduced into the job market or the corporate world. So that's what we're doing as well in the scholarship program. So in 2022, we went to Burundi, and we're planning to also launch the Tujiajiri program in some of the markets that we also work in, and that is we're targeting Congo and South Sudan as well. So basically, these are some of the thematic pillars that we are working in is education, enterprise development. We do a bit of philanthropy through our branches, and then there is also health. So I just want to look at the strategic direction that the bank is taking, or KCB Foundation is taking. So recently we reviewed our strategic plan, and that is looking into 2022 to 2027, 2023 to 2027, and we want to look at unemployment and also education. So, and we want to support the government in tackling the unemployment situation in Kenya. And for us, we want to concentrate in the informal sector. So we all know that informal sector accounts for about 80% of the jobs. So out of possible 18 million jobs, 15 million of them are from the informal sector. And that is where we want to participate in. And that informal sector also contributes about 33% of our GDP. So you can imagine how important it is for us to help the government or to support the government to create these job opportunities. So in the next 5 years, KCB is planning to mobilize and deploy about 7 billion. That is going to help us create 200,000 jobs. So under education, we also want to support about 38,000 people. And then in overall, we want to create 300,000 jobs and incubate 20,000 enterprises. So digging deeper into some of the programs that we do. So education scholarship, it aims at redressing the inequalities within the secondary schools education. And we're not just looking at bright and needy. So we're also looking at the niche areas. And we are looking at talk of teen mothers, talk of people able differently. We are looking at FGM survivors. So every year, we are supporting 1,000 young people who have not been able to get opportunity through their parents to go through high school. So we support about 1,000 of them. So we used to do 240, but from 2022, we are supporting 1,000 of them annually, and 10% is allocated to those marginalized groups. So looking at the numbers we've impacted about 4,650 young people through high school, and KCB has deployed about 1.2 billion in terms of school fees paid. And then we're looking at, in terms of gender parity, we're looking at 59-41%. And then in terms of their background, 56% of them are for vulnerable backgrounds. And then enterprise development, our flagship program. So it aims at tackling unemployment among the young individuals. So the approach that we use for Tujiajiri is that we identify youths who come from vulnerable backgrounds. We take them through TVET. We sponsor them to acquire knowledge and skills. And then there is another phase of the program that we do a lot of business incubation, and we work with trials. So we're working with young professionals, accountants, marketers, and also lawyers. So accountants provide basically the accounting support, things like bookkeeping and all that, how to access loans. And then the marketers, they help or support the entrepreneurs that we work with to develop a business plan, how to acquire customers, how to market your products. And then the lawyers provide the legal support and also how to look at your contracts and such kind of thing. So some of the thematic areas that we focus on is agribusiness. We're looking at ICT, automotive engineering. We're also looking at manufacturing, building and construction, and also beauty. So in terms of the numbers, what we have achieved so far in the last 5 or so years, so we have engaged about 42,000 beneficiaries, and that is budding and existing entrepreneurs. And I like Daktari spoke about the Kaizen. So we also believe in Kaizen principle of continuous improvement. So we take we reskill some of these entrepreneurs who are already in that particular trade that they're doing. So we take them through school, short courses in TVET, where they get the technical skills, and then after that we incubate their businesses and we funnel them into the job market. Some of them get loans from the bank, both subsidized and the commercial ones. So we have trained 16,000 beneficiaries, and we have deployed about 246 million worth of loans, which were disbursed to 447 businesses. Then we've supported 4,000 business plans, beneficiaries to develop business plans. Then we've also incubated 2,400 businesses. Then we work with partners like GIZ. So KCB Foundation and GIZ are implementing a project called E4D, Employment and Skills for Development in Africa. And out of that project, we are giving some of the youths that we have trained, we are giving them grants in terms of toolkits. So these toolkits help them to establish their micro enterprises. So out of that, we've given out about 642 construction toolkits. And then we have created 35,000 jobs directly and 64,000 jobs indirectly. Then we also do a bit of philanthropy and humanitarian aid. It's called CSI. And these are basically requests that come from our branches requests that come from the communities that we work with, and they come through the branches. So we are looking at support in terms of healthcare, education, food and nutrition, humanitarian. We also in a bit of wash and environment, and then enterprise development as well. And recently, we developed a financing program for LPG. So LPG, we are targeting high schools within the communities that we work with. And how LPG works is that we want to increase the adoption of cleaner energy. So we're also going clean. Then we've also raised 3 million from colleagues who are working in branches and head office units. And we have supported about 63 students in school. So out of the thousands and thousands of applications that we get through when we do a call for high school scholarship, some of them do not get the opportunities. So we work closely with our branches, the staff in the branches. If they're able to raise money, KCB Foundation matches $1 for $1, up to $1,000, and we support these students through high school. So that is, we do it under Ubuntu program. Doing good, coming together for the good of the nation. So, and I was just having a conversation with Sylvia, and that kind of voluntarism that we are seeing is what has made this conference a success. Colleagues or members of the church coming together, putting in their sweat, equity, and sometimes resources to make such a conference be such a big success. So we really appreciate you for that. So since 2012, we have deployed about 210 million and advanced to support those worthy causes. And they've gone into environment, tree planting. They've also gone to health, humanitarian aid, and also educational needs. So I'll not talk so much about Mifugo ni Mali. It's a livestock commercialization program that works in ASAL areas. So we also worked with 200 groups. They've trained them in governance and record management. Then we've also deployed about 140 million to support those livestock groups through loans. So we've impacted about 1,600 FPOs and supported the development of livestock identification and traceability system, and we're working with the RFID technology. So the overall numbers that we've been able to achieve through our intervention as KCB Foundation, so about 18,000 youths have been trained under enterprise development, and that has led to creation of 1,000 jobs, 100,000 jobs. We've granted or disbursed 246 loans to startups mainly. And these are people who are starting up and growing their business. We're also linking them to the bank, and the bank has a bigger space. So from the bank, you can grow from the micro business all the way to corporate business. And then toolkits, in total, we've given 918 toolkits, and we've done 1.2 billion in terms of institutional deposit. And then we've also successfully trained 2,300 in financial planning. Under education, we are looking at 4,600 scholarships that have been awarded through high school and all the way to university. Then we are looking at 99% transition rate to the university. And then under agribusiness, that is Mifugo ni Mali, we've created about 11,000 jobs. And then in terms of corporate and social responsibility, we've done 120 million through branch support and 222 million in humanitarian aid, and then the 35 million in LPG as we try to go green. So those are some of the partners that we work with. And as I've mentioned, we work with GIZ. We're also working with MasterCard and Talo. And our model for funding is through resource matching. So it's always $1 for $1. We also believe in partnership. So, for example, how we work with counties is that if they're able to contribute or set aside some money to take kids through school or through colleges, then KCB Foundation is able to match that amount so that we can be able to reach more people, and the impact becomes bigger. So at this point, I just want to stop there and welcome some of the entrepreneurs that we've worked with to share with you the journey they've had. I hope they will inspire someone. So I want to call upon Linus and Bridgit to just come in front and share their stories.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Bridgit. I'm a beneficiary of KCB Foundation and KCB Group altogether. As they say, no situation is permanent. The way you can see me here, I have grown through KCB Foundation. Where I come from, we say together we stand, together we benefit. So as a beneficiary of KCB Foundation, I want to talk about my journey and growth through KCBF. So, dear KCB Foundation, I really want to express my gratitude for your support and for your endeavors to assist me in everything that you've done. Your support has really helped me to accomplish the following goals. Let me tell you about my class journey. I attended a class at TVET class at Changombe, Mombasa Road area, and I did a course in plumbing and pipe fitting, so I'm a proud plumber, the way you see me here. Thank you. I am a proud plumber and a pipe fitter. Everything to do with plumbing and pipe fitting, be it in your offices, in your houses, wherever you come from, everywhere. This is a mobile course. KCB has opened an account for me so that I could be able to do savings through them. And in that way, they gave me cheap loans. By cheap loans, I mean at an interest of 13%. Thank you. That is something worth noting. I registered my business, and I received a toolkit. He just talked about the toolkits. I received the toolkits at KCB Leadership Center, Ngongview, through GIZ and KCB Foundation. I've been able to work on several projects, like anybody who comes from Kitengela has seen Millgate International Schools. I did plumbing and pipe fitting there. I have done at Mlolongo. There is a project ongoing at Mlolongo. The most recent one was PEFA Syokimau School. I have done so much at PEFA Syokimau School. Some people who are here maybe could testify. Some people have gone there and they've seen it. And I've also been able to do a lot of networking through KCB Foundation. For example, they linked me with markets at Kenya National Federation of Juakali Associations. I carry KCB logo. Anybody who's in front rows can see that KCB is for people, for better. So they've taken me to the Kenya National Federation of Juakali Associations. They linked me with markets, whereby I registered as a member of the Juakali Association, and I've been able to interact and network with many people there. I learned that your network is your net worth. I also wish to genuinely thank them. In my class time, they visited me in class many times, many times. I acknowledge that. They also gave me stipends. By this, I mean, siwezi sema I didn't attend a class because I didn't have fare. I received stipends from KCB. I also acknowledge that you've given me a platform to network and build myself and my business and other youths. For example, I've been able to employ around 15 youths from my area of jurisdiction. That is notable. And also, I expect this conference will open doors for me and vital conversations and networking and the divergence of my business and in the community and in the state as well. You can give us youth as jobs. You can give youth jobs through people like me. I already have a registered business. By that I mean, siwezi kukuangusha. This is already a registered. Kwa hivyo, I have gone through the necessary processes of registering a business, and I've worked with different people, like I've just told you about the people Kitengela is in Kajiado County, Mlolongo is in Makueni County. I've also been in Nairobi and in Nyeri County. I want to say this, for the people who are there. no situation is permanent. How I grew, I think I want to say that my parents didn't pay any school fees for me from being a child to where I am today. I've been raised by my grandmother. She taught me to be resilient. In everything I've done, she paid school fees for me, she did everything, and unfortunately I lost her in like a decade ago. So there comes KCB Foundation. They became my second family. Thank you so much, KCB and KCB Foundation. So as a result of this, I want to read out this letter. This letter is written to KCB and KCB Foundation. I want to appreciate everything that you've done for me in front of all these people. I want the world to know how grateful I am for what you're doing and what we continue to do together. Dear KCB Foundation, on behalf of all of us at Tendai Plumbing Solutions, I would like to sincerely thank you for your generous support in terms of school fees, stipends, toolkits, and follow-ups. Thank you for your participation in creating the youth support through KCB Foundation to Jiajiri program. I also appreciate the KCB Foundation for providing information and services on complimentary conferences like the one we attended today. Your name and logo always feature in my business as a sign of gratitude. For example, you can see that I'm fully branded. There it is. Here it is, for people, for better. Your contribution is highly appreciated, and I promise to work harmoniously with other organizations and other people towards one goal. The goal is growth and positive growth only. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you so much, KCB Foundation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Lina Souma. I come from Migori County. I reside in Nairobi and Migori. One speaker said that we need to redefine the networking environment. And it's not about who you know, but who knows you, who can vouch for you in your absence. I stand here today courtesy of the persons who know me. I was invited here by Mr. Patrick, and I'm a beneficiary of Tujiajiri program. I joined to KCB Tujiajiri in 2018. But as of early this year, around December, they again transitioned me to MasterCard Foundation program. So I've been a beneficiary of both the major financials of the KCB Foundation program. Now, I've had a phenomenal journey in entrepreneurship with the KCB Foundation since I joined in January 2018. And I can tell you that when you are resilient to move forward with your passion and you want to succeed in life in the clean way, there will always be people who are ready to hold your hand. KCB Foundation started me on a loan of 800,000 to do agribusiness. I learned hydroponics technology at Miramar International College, agribusiness management. We formed a company of 6 youth, but my 5 colleagues, my co-directors, shipped out because they refused to shape up. And that is how I found myself alone with a company that had 6 directors. I still make that company stand today. It's still doing agribusiness ventures, and it's moving on. But after my colleagues went out, it gave me some challenges within the business because I could not sign. We were supposed to be 3 signatories. I couldn't. So KCB Foundation allowed me to register another company alone. That company has made me have this journey smoothly to this point. And after I had succeeded in what I was doing in agribusiness, through conversations with officials at KCB Foundation, I got employed by Miramar International Foundation because I was, I was very good at what I was doing, and other people started seeing what we could do together with them. Miramar Foundation took me to the ASALs. I started teaching hydroponics technology to refugees in Kakuma refugee camp, and while I was there, I met some good people, World Food Program and GSZ officials, and I started my consultancy services on climate smart farming and agribusiness and hydroponics technology around East and Central Africa. So right now, I am building a continent-wide business where we reach out to people who want to impact communities, and we teach them on the simple methods they can use to tell people to be food secure in their communities. So we design simple hydroponic systems, kitchen gardens, you know, those little gardens that can have enough vegetable to feed a family of 10 without having those many acres that you have. Financially, KCB Foundation has been great. Again, courtesy of Mr. Patrick here, he introduced me to KCB branch back home in Migori. At my graduation in Miramar, I told my sponsors, KCB Foundation, Miramar International College, GSZ, I told them, you know, I've only come to Kiambu because this is the only place where this opportunity to train was found. But I want to learn, I want to practice, I want to go through the incubation, and then after that, I'm taking this technology back home. Right now, I've started building an institution. I'm building a farmer training college. I have already pushed it up to the lintel level. By next month, God willing, I'm going to be putting a roof, and we have a school where we can train farmers on how to grow their own food in the village. It has been great. The journey has been wonderful, and these people have enabled me to meet wonderful people. I got a promise from the president of MasterCard Foundation, Madam Rita Roy, when she visited my greenhouse in Juja. And again, you know, there are people who just want it smooth, but there are those who are ready to work, to make it work. So, Madam Rita Roy found me alone in the farm. All my colleagues, the people with whom we were sponsored, had walked out. And then she gave me one promise. Once you take this back home, we will be there to hold your hand and to ensure that you succeed in whatever you do. We do hope that we'll be able to share more with you. But as we move forward, I want you to know that when you have partnerships with people who care, sky is not the limit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think that's a good place to end it, and I want to hand over back to the organizers. Thank you so much.